In the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched pasture, a striking white horse stands, its coat gleaming like freshly fallen snow. But upon closer inspection, a shocking sight emerges. A horrific barnacle wound festers on its flank, a grotesque reminder of nature's darker side. This is not a scene from a horror film. It is a stark reality that reveals the unsettling relationship between animals and the environment. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous marine creatures, have found an unlikely host in this majestic beast. These crustaceans, typically clinging to rocks and ships, have taken a detour into the world of equine anatomy, creating a grotesque spectacle that is both fascinating and repulsive. As they latch onto the horse's skin, they form a hard, barnacle-encrusted mass, a living testament to their relentless survival instincts. The wound, swollen and inflamed, oozes a mixture of blood and pus, a vivid illustration of the battle between host and parasite. The horse, once a symbol of grace and beauty, now bears the scars of an infestation that speaks to the harsh realities of life in the wild. Barnacle infestation, while often associated with marine life, can occur in unexpected places, revealing the interconnectedness of ecosystems. These creatures, with their ability to adhere to surfaces, can invade any host, causing pain and suffering. The horse, unable to escape this unwanted burden, becomes a canvas for nature's cruelty. The barnacles, in their quest for survival, drain the horse's vitality, leaving it vulnerable and exposed. This dark twist of fate raises questions about the balance of nature and the impact of human activity on wildlife. As we encroach upon natural habitats, we disrupt the delicate equilibrium that allows species to thrive. The barnacle's invasion serves as a metaphor for the unintended consequences of our actions, a reminder that we are not separate from the natural world, but intricately woven into its fabric. In the end, as we gaze upon this unfortunate horse, we are left to ponder the moral implications of our existence. Are we, like the barnacles, parasites in our own right, clinging to the earth while causing harm to those who share it with us? Perhaps it is time to reflect on our role in the grand tapestry of life, to consider the impact of our choices on the creatures that inhabit this planet alongside us. After all, in the dance of life and death, we are all just trying to find our place, hopefully without leaving a trail of barnacles behind. In the stark, icy landscape where the sun barely pierces through swirling snowstorms, we find a creature that epitomizes the struggle for survival, the polar bear. Vast and regal, these magnificent beings roam the Arctic, yet beneath their majestic exterior lies a haunting reality, a reality symbolized by a horrific barnacle wound, festering on the flank of one solitary bear. The sight is jarring. Imagine a once proud animal now burdened by an infestation that transforms its pristine fur into a grotesque tapestry of discomfort and mutilation. This stark image captures both the raw brutality of nature and the darker hand of human impact on the environment. As we draw closer, the gruesome details emerge from the fur clusters of barnacles, marine creatures that cling with tenacious resolve, each a tiny fortress housing a life that scars the bear's skin. Barnacles, while seemingly innocuous in their rocky coastal habitats, become voracious parasites when they turn their attention to a polar bear. They attach themselves to the bear's body, feeding on its proteins and blood, creating an open wound that's as terrible to behold as it is painful for the bear. These crustaceans take root in hard-to-reach places, in the creases of fat and muscle, forming a hideous mass of growth that can cause infections and leave the bear weak and vulnerable. Far from the top of the food chain it usually commands, each barnacle, resembling a mini medieval castle, embeds itself deeply, digging into the flesh with purpose. The bear's self-grooming, once a soothing ritual of maintaining a luxurious coat, becomes an exercise in futility as the barnacles refuse to yield, feeding greedily upon what should sustain the bear. The animal's skin becomes a battleground, with the barnacles claiming their territory not just as parasites, but as little reminders of how even the mightiest can fall prey to the smallest foes. While barnacles can flourish in various marine environments, their presence on a polar bear is a morbid irony. In the pristine waters of the Arctic, where life should mirror the elegance of its icy backdrop, we see the grim consequence of ecological imbalance, an indication of the fight for survival becoming a twisted facade. The infestation is a direct reflection of environmental stress, possibly exacerbated by increasing temperatures and melting ice. In the misty depths of a damp forest, the haunting figure of a deer emerges, but it is not the graceful spectacle one might expect. Instead, what catches the eye is a grotesque wound, a festering mass riddled with barnacles clinging to its flank. It's a chilling sight that sparks a mix of horror and curiosity. How did this majestic creature, a symbol of the wild's beauty, become a canvas for such a macabre infestation? To understand this unsettling scenario, we must delve into the eerie world of barnacle infestation and its implications on both wildlife and the environment. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous little crustaceans, are notorious hitchhikers in the marine world. Yet, here in the heart of a forest, they've turned against one of the land's most vulnerable inhabitants, typically found attached to rocks and ships. These creatures can sometimes latch onto animals, causing not only physical harm, but an array of complications. In this case, the deer has fallen victim to an extraordinary but unfortunate circumstance. Through a process known as epizooism, these barnacles secured a home on the deer's skin, thriving in the moist conditions. As they grow, they burrow deeper, drawing nutrients from the deer's flesh. This unsettling relationship exemplifies nature's cruelty. The barnacles are not merely passive parasites. They are voracious and relentless. As they expand, they disrupt the deer's ability to roam and forage, leading to malnutrition and potential death. A slow, torturous demise. The wound, swollen and infected, can become a gateway for secondary infections, presenting a dark echo of survival where the injured become utterly consumed by their